I'm Barry Trammell, and I say the Connecticut women cannot be beaten.
I'm Jenni Carlson, and this is the press row from the Lloyd Noble Center in Norman, where Oklahoma's women's basketball team is preparing to head to the Final Four. And Barry, everybody thinks Connecticut is a sure thing in this women's Final Four. I say there's a chance, a very small chance, that they'll be beaten, and I think it could happen in the opener. I love the Brittany Griner possibilities of handling UConn. It's going to be tough. I only give it like a 5% chance, but I think if anyone has an opportunity, I think Baylor might have a shot with Brittany Griner.
Well, I think Stanford or even Oklahoma have a lot better chance at UConn. I think Baylor's a great story with Kim Mulkey and Brittany Griner, but I think Baylor's too young. I think it's likely going to be an 81-44 game. That's how good these UConn women are. We've talked a lot about whether this is good for the sport. It brings a lot of notoriety, a lot of attention, a lot of spotlight to the sport. But personally, the UConn women, to me, have become too good. They are literally unbeatable. They can make mistakes and overcome them. A bad shooting night they can overcome. Nothing they can do would warrant losing. I just don't see Connecticut losing.
Well, I do think that there's a possibility that they'll lose, that they'll have an off night, maybe a bad shooting night, but it's going to take a Herculean effort by their opponent and an off night by Connecticut for that to happen. I think that it'll be interesting to see how Baylor's outside shooters, mainly Melissa Jones, who had some injury earlier in the season, I think it'll be interesting to see how she shoots, and then if that could open up some Brittany Griner shots, because I think Griner-Tina Charles matchup with Griner on defense, I am so looking forward to seeing. Tina Charles, in my mind, is the new Lisa Leslie. I think she's a fantastic post player. She can do a little bit of everything. But I think it's going to be great to see her go up against a legitimately huge shot blocker in Brittany Griner. And then if Baylor can do a little bit shooting to open it up to get the ball to Griner, we'll see. I don't think they have a great shot, but I think if they play extremely well, they have at least a shot. And Barry, I agree. I think Stanford and OU are not without their possibilities of beating Connecticut. OU obviously showed earlier in the season they could stay with them, and Stanford, that's their one loss is to Connecticut, and it was only a 12-point loss.
Well, it certainly will be fun if the Sooners beat Stanford and get a shot at Connecticut in that national title game. Stay tuned for further coverage of the Women's Final Four every day in the Oklahoman as well as here on News OK.